So my mom is a Capricorn and I'm a Gemini. And I thought for like my entire life that Capricorns were the polar opposites of Gemini. And just double checking before doing this today, I realized that that's not the case at all. My polarity on the zodiac thing is Taylor Swift, because she's a Sagittarius, and that hurt. Like that was heartbreaking. But the bonus is my mom and I are not polar opposites after all. And so that's cool. And that's really not what that means in zodiac anyway, but you know, whatever. We are making the Capricorn soap today in case my random psychobabbling didn't tip you off. But before we talk more about the Capricorn soap, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You were at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things. And yeah, you were here for day 261 of 365 days of soap, and we're making the Capricorn soap. Now, we have done earth signs on the channel before, so I have continued to play with the earth signs and like where we put the half circles, because they like symmetry and they like things to be uniform and all of the things, structure, order, yes. And so we are continuing to play with the design for the Capricorn soap today. Now, as with all the zodiac signs and all the zodiac soaps and essential oil roller bottles, they are all specifically geared toward the individual signs. So what the colors are, what the scents are, all of the things. And so the Capricorn, obviously no exception. So let's go to the video and we will talk about all of those things and what scent we went with and all the things. There, I said things a lot. It is time to make the Capricorn bar. It is my mom's sign, actually, and that's cool. So here's the thing, though. My whole life, since I knew what the zodiac was, I was under the impression that my polarity in the zodiac was Capricorn. The Capricorn and Geminis were polar opposites, and that's not the case. My polarity is actually Sagittarius, which means that me and T-Swizzle are polar opposites, and that kind of makes me sad. But not Capricorn. And I guess maybe the reason why I thought that Capricorn and Geminis were polar opposite was because my mother and I, as we are now, you know, grown-ups or whatever, I actually think that I am more like my mother than I ever thought I wanted to be. But definitely when I was growing up, it was definitely a, yeah, we butted heads a lot. We are both very strong-willed, very opinionated, very smart people that had an idea on how life should go. And see, that was not quite emulsified. It was still separating, even though the batter is super thick. So yeah, another example of false trace there. But yeah, no, my mom and I, we definitely butted heads a lot. We did that whole thing when I was growing up, and it's just a thing. But that turns out not my polar opposite. Capricorns, though, they're awesome human beings, right? They're super smart, they're super hardworking, they're very loyal, they like rules and structure for sure, and they're an earth sign. And interestingly, in my family, my mother is the only earth sign out of all 10 of us in the immediate, you know, me and my brother and our families. And you know, it's she's the only earth sign. So she's got a lot of fire, water, and air around her. She's our only grounding force. That's it. So that's a lot of pressure to put on her. But honestly, Capricorns, they're up for the challenge. Again, they like structure, and they like all of the they like order, and they are very, very determined people. They can be stubborn for sure, but they are unrelenting in their pursuit of whatever it is that they're pursuing. Like literally whatever it is. It doesn't matter. They are unrelenting, and they will see it through to its finished whatever. That's a huge trait from Capricorns. I think that can be both positive and negative, I suppose, because if you're pursuing something awful, then they're not going to stop. But my mother, she's never pursued anything awful. And so, you know, I'm looking at this Capricorn stuff, and we looked at it when we designed these bars or whatever, and I went, yeah, no, that resonates. That makes sense. But, you know, there's only 12 signs, so it's all whether or not you give it power, I suppose. But I thought that was pretty spot on for the Capricorns. So the pour of this guy is just like the rest of the earth signs. So again, earth signs, they all like structure and order. And so we wanted to keep it very structured and ordered. But I am still playing around with the earth signs as far as where we are putting the half circles. And I added in the last earth sign that I did a colored portion on the top and bottom in addition to the circles. And so we're playing with it again today while still keeping in with the structure and order, and hopefully today will be the day that I decide that I like this design and we do this for all of the earth signs moving forward. Now the soap that I'm putting in, the little half circle that I'm putting in there, it's made out of cold process. I actually took one of those silicone like full circle molds and just set it on the counter, just half of it on the counter, and poured into each side, the light blue and the dark blue, and didn't give it very long to set up. So you can give it longer to set up and, you know, pour this the next day or whatever. I didn't. I only let it sit in the mold for a couple hours before I started this bar, and realized after I'd already started the bar that they weren't quite ready to come out of the mold in one piece, and so they came out piecemeal, and that's okay. The scent blend for this is a chamomile and ginger tea. And again, that's all about, you know, helping out with Capricorns and the things that they are drawn to. They are drawn to the color blue. They definitely like the more kind of comforting tea type, you know, scents. And yeah, they're very, yes, ordered chamomile, ginger tea, all the awesome things. It also helps out. It also kind of, chamomile is kind of put in there to kind of help out Capricorns. I think I would say one of their biggest negatives is that they can hold grudges. Well, they can hold grudges, like seriously hold grudges. And so I wanted to help give them some calming, soothing, relaxing tea type things to, you know, give them a bit more chill so they could let things go, because that I think would probably be their greatest weakness, is their inability to do so. And again, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. In some circumstances, people don't deserve to be, you know, forgiven for things or whatever, you know, whatever. But anyway, chamomile went into that. So for the white portion that went over the blue portion on the bottom, I just poured it on top of the little half circle that I put in there to break the, you know, motion of the batter coming out of the container, so it wouldn't mar the surface of the colored portion underneath. And just poured that all in, and then I'm just going to shove the darker blue half circle on the opposite side of the mold into the batter and make sure that it's all in there, you know, reasonably smooth, and has enough of it sticking out so it will still be represented within the lighter blue colored portion on the top. And then just pour this over the top of, you know, the blue circle and do the thing, just like I did before. So yes, this pour, again, this is something that we've done for, you know, quite a while as far as the zodiac signs go, but I'm feeling pretty good about this new design for the earth bars, which is good, because I mean, this is the third one, and let's go with third time's a charm. I think this one is going to be the one that I'm ultimately going to like the most and that we will roll with for all of the earth signs. But for now, that is going to go in the oven for C-pop because that's how I like to roll. And we will cut it tomorrow and check out the inside. If you happen to hear puppy sounds going on in this, I'm not like, whatever. Miss Mazzicane's mad because it just started raining, like pouring outside, and so I ran outside to get her and bring her inside, and I, put her in her, little bed area because she is sopping wet and muddy, and she's whining at me because she wants to be let out and get mud paws all over my furniture, and that's not happening. But those bars are beautiful. I like it. I like the changing the. Because the last one we didn't put very much color on the top and the bottom for the little colored sections. And I think this is a better breaking up of those, really. And it kind of puts like the perfect white area there to do the stamping, I think. Like, I think those totally work for the stamp, which is always a cool thing because I can never figure out exactly where I should put the stamp in the zodiacs, and usually I kind of put them all over the place. But with this one, I can't really figure out what color to make the stamp. Should it be the light blue? Should it be the dark blue? I don't know. We're gonna try both. Now, these are little plastic stamps, so you have to stamp them right away. And I don't normally do that for my, regular acrylic stamps, but for these ones, since they're just like laser cut, whatever, you gotta stamp them while the bar's still soft, otherwise you'll never get the stamp into it. And, I want the stamp into it because that really makes the whole thing and brings it all together. And that's actually really beautiful with the new design. It's like the white portion was intentionally created for that size of stamp in the middle. And of course it wasn't, but you don't need to know that. Except now you do know that because I told you that. So other people don't need to know that. And that is such a pretty bar of soap. I love everything about that for sure. Let's check out the darker blue and see, which one ultimately ends up looking better, because I really don't know. I don't know that I'll ever actually really settle on color of stamps anyway, and I kind of like the idea of doing, multicolored stamps or different colors with different. It's like the Taylor Swift soaps, the Lover soaps, right? Weird, I've mentioned Taylor Swift twice in one video. Had to happen. I'm still going through withdrawals. And but like in the Lover soaps, I stamped with all manner of different things and multiple colors and all the things, and it was fun. That was cool. And it adds a little bit of character, a little bit of unique quality to every single soap. And so I'm here for that. Like, what is the point of handcrafted artistry if it's not a little bit different from bar to bar? And yeah, I still don't know. That blue isn't super dark. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be being stamped, but I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. You guys let me know which one you like better. But for now, I think we have a winner for the new earth signs, and that one is really beautiful. I can totally get behind that. That's the Capricorn. I think we have a winner with this one. I'm really in love with this and the right ratios of the colors on the bottom and the top, and then the half circles, and then the middle space of the white. I like it. So I think this is what we're going to be shipping for the earth signs, moving forward. So I'm super glad that we got that one figured out. Now to get the air signs figured out, and we'll be good to go, because the water signs and the fire signs are always beautiful. But yeah, that was the Capricorn soap. If you are interested in the Capricorn soap, you can totally find it on the website at soapandclay.com. Great gifts for, people born between December 21st and January 20th. Yes. If you are interested in following me on social media, I'm there. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you're interested in more soapy fun, subscribe to the channel. We are actually getting close to, well, I guess we're getting close to the end of the channel, or not the end of the channel, but the end of 365 days of soap, which is kind of cool. So, stick around for the next 100 plus days and see what we're going to do for them. For those of you who have stuck around from day 1 or day 91 or wherever you joined us on this soapy ride, hey, thanks. I really appreciate you. You are awesome, and I'm proud to call you one of my sudsers. I am done for the day. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of all of the madness. Bye.